Class 8. Welcome to the class. So as we have studied the chapter, The Summit Within, what this chapter is about? The chapter is about Major HPS Ahluwalia, right? Now, Saksham, stand up. What great act he has done or what he has done? He climbed Mount Everest. Good, sit down. Okay. So, Rhythm, give me the answer that what was the answer or what he answered when he was asked that why he climbed Mount Everest or why he wanted to climb Everest. What he said? Because like he said, like we cannot give the answer why we breathe, why we help our neighbors. Okay, these are the simple answers, means it emerges from your inner self. Okay, so this is the reason why he always think that he has to scale Mount Everest. Okay, and it was of course his, you can say, fascination towards the mountain that he wanted to climb the mountain. Okay, he wanted to climb it. Okay, so coming up to the next question. Students are still entering. Okay, but why he thought? But why he thought only about Mount Everest? Why he thought only about Mount Everest? Very good, very good. Because it is the highest, it is the mightiest, and it has also defied many previous attempts. Many people, they have tried to climb Mount Everest and it has defied many previous attempts. So he thought that that was quite an inviting struggle for him, and this is the reason why he thought to climb Mount Everest. Okay, so did he feel any kind of difficulty there? Yes. Yes. So what kind of feeling he shared when he reached the summit of the mountain or when he scaled Mount Everest? What kind of feeling he has? It was mystical, it was spiritual. He was filled with exhilaration. What is the meaning of exhilaration? Great excitement. He was filled with joy of having done something, okay, and a sense of battle to be won. He thought like it's like a battle that he has won, okay, and there is a feeling of victory and happiness inside him. Okay, so let me ask some word meanings also that we have studied. What is the meaning of surged? Okay, what is the meaning? Okay, go arose suddenly. Okay, surge means filled with. Okay, suddenly something that grows. Okay, so next word meaning we have learned in this chapter is panoramic. What is the meaning of panoramic? View of wide area. Okay, what is its meaning? It means view of wide area. Okay, so next afterwards, what is the meaning of jubilant? Very happy. Learn very happy. It's right. Okay. Because of success, yes, jubilant mood because of happiness. Okay, it is not only of success, it is related in context to this chapter, but jubilant mood can be of any type, happiness of any type. Okay. Next afterwards, what is the meaning of urge? It is tinge, shades. Okay. Next is exhaustion or to be exhausted, tired. Okay, tired or fatigued. Next is exhilarating. You know, it is very exciting. Okay. Next is communion. Okay, feeling of close relationship. When I'm talking about communion with God, it means close relationship with God, right? Very good. Then we have studied about defied, frustrated or resisted many attempts, right? So I hope that you have learned many word meanings side by side. I want that you will learn these things in the class only. Just pay attention a bit and you will learn all these things in the class, right? So now let us start with the chapter that is on page number 77, the second paragraph. Okay, so and then there is the fact that Everest is not just a physical climb. So then he has come to know, when he has climbed Mount Everest, yes, you can. When he has climbed Mount Everest, he has come to know that it was not only a physical climb. Physical climb means what it means, that it does not have only its physical significance. Physically, he has not climbed Mount Everest, but apart from it, it has great pressure. Okay, and it has some mental significance. Mentally, he has felt many things in his mind. Okay, it's not only a physical climb, but in his mind also, he has also felt a number of things. Viran is present. Right. So the man who has been to the mountain top becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. So underline this point in your books. So what the writer H.P.S. Ahluwalia, he wants to tell us, he tells us that what kind of feeling a person has when he scales any mountain. Okay, when he reaches at the top of the mountain, what kind of feeling a person has. Okay, he said that when a person reaches the mountain, it is not only the physical climb. It's not only the physical climb, right? But what actually it is, there when a person reaches, when he looks around, he has a panoramic view of the area around. What is the meaning of panoramic view? Wide view of an area. Okay, when he has this wide view of an area, what he feels his smallness in the universe. He feels that universe is large and he is only a small entity, small being. Then he feels his smallness in the universe. Got this point? Right. So the physical conquest of a mountain is only one part of the achievement. Again, I'm telling, climbing a mountain, it has two parts, physical and mental. Physical related to your bodily climb. Okay, but mentally what you feel is another thing. This is the reason why he has mentioned the physical conquest of a mountain is only one part of the achievement. So when this kind of achievement is made, which achievement? Climbing the mountain or climbing the summit. Physical part is one thing, right? It is just one thing. There is more to it than that, but something else is left. Some more thing is to be added. Okay, you don't have the book, last boy. Stand up, please. You have the book. This is the reason why you are looking here and there. Come with the next book. Come with rhythm. You can sit there. Yesterday you were also not having. Please bring your book into the class. Okay. So there is more to it than that. It is followed by a sense of fulfillment. What it is followed by? It is followed by a sense of fulfillment. A sense of fulfillment is there. What kind of fulfillment? There is the satisfaction of a deep urge to rise above one's surrounding. Deep urge means strong desire to arise above one's surroundings. It means that there is a deep urge in a person to rise, to come out of one's surroundings. He wanted to come out of one's surroundings and go somewhere else. It is the eternal love for adventurous man. Eternal means undying, which can never be finished. Okay, eternal love for achievement, for adventurous man. Okay, why a man climbs a mountain? It is one of the reasons that he is always adventurous in nature. He wanted to do something new in his life. Okay, he wanted to do something great in his life. So this is the reason why he climbs mountain. And the experience is not merely physical, it is emotional and spiritual. Okay, so when one climbs a mountain, it has different parts. It's physical climb, person feels something, spiritual satisfaction, and emotions are also changed. How emotions are changed? See, we have an example here. We have studied that a person comes to know about his smallness in universe, that the universe is quite large and how small the man is. His emotion changes. He is feeling satisfied. This is his spiritual satisfaction. And physical one, you know that he has climbed up the mountain, right? So, clear this passage? Okay. Next, consider a typical climb towards the summit on the last heights. You are sharing a rope with another climber. You form in. He cuts and steps in the hard ice. So now he is sharing his experience when one climbs a mountain. It's a tough climb. How it's a tough climb? That sometimes when you are going towards the summit, when you are reaching towards the summit, then what is happening? That you are sharing a rope with another climber. Okay, it's not only you who is climbing on a single rope. Sometimes you share it. You fixes the rope after you, the another climber is climbing. Okay, because in a group they are making this climb, not individually. You form in. Inside you are determined and you have formed your approach also because you have fixed the rope also. And he cuts the steps in the hard ice. You can hear because the shoes, they have some spikes under it. Why these type of shoes are being worn? Because they will make a firm grip into the ice. So when they cut hard, this is the reason why he used the word cut hard. When they cut hard into the ice and he belays and you inch your way up. Belays means fixes a rope. Very good. He fixes a rope and then you take another step towards it. The climb is grim. Grim means sad. Okay, filled with difficulties. Person is not happy at that time. When he becomes happy, when he reaches at the top. When he reaches at the top of the mountain. So you strain every nerve as you take every step. You strain means you put pressure to every nerve of your body. Why you put pressure on every nerve of your body? Can anybody tell? Because of less oxygen, because of difficulty. Very good. Okay, because the climb is very difficult. So you sometimes feel short of energy. You feel devoid of energy. Okay, and for this, in order to keep you going, sometimes you feel ना जब हम थक जाते हैं तो end में हम क्या करते हैं, बैठ जाते हैं. But there they have the time to sit. No, they feel now it's over. I'm finished. I should stop now. But what is there? They don't stop. They have to put strain. They have to lay pressure on each and every nerve. Every ounce of energy means every little last part of energy is to be used to make the next step. Right? So, famous climbers have left records of the help given by others. So, all the climbers who have climbed Mount Everest, they have given the examples after coming back that how they were helped by fellow climbers. So sometimes it is there when you are finished, you feel yes, other one is going, or someone extends a hand towards you, then you feel bit relaxed. So it means that they have always mentioned that how the other fellow climbers, they have helped them. And it is because of their help that they were able to climb the mountain. Okay. That they were able to climb the mountain. So, else they might have given up. As yes, this I told you, if they won't have been extended a helping hand, if no one would have provided them a helping hand, they would have stopped there. But then what is there? The energy is being provided when help is given to them. And breathing is difficult. Why breathing is difficult? Higher altitudes, there is lack of oxygen, right? There is lack of oxygen. You cursed yourself for having let yourself in for this. Sometimes you curse yourself. Oh God, why I have undertaken this job? You curse yourself that why you have chosen this path. Okay, because you are not able to climb it. So you wonder why you have undertook this, the ascent. Again, the same thing. You wonder, you think. Okay, why you undertook the ascent means why you have taken this climb. There are moments when you feel like going back. Sometimes you feel now it's over. I cannot go upwards now. I should come back. I should move back. Okay, but ultimately it is the determination in one's mind. The person feels determined. He never wanted to come back. Okay, so this is the reason he keeps going. There are moments when you feel like going back. It would be sheer relief. Sheer means only relief to go down instead of up. They know that when they will go back, what they will find only relief. They feel that there will be relief only. So, but almost at once you snap out of that mood. Snap out means jump out, come out of. But when you feel that you should not go upwards, you should come back. But at that time, you feel no, I should not. You come out of that mood of relaxation. Again, you feel determined, no, I should climb again. There is something in you that does not let you give up the struggle. But something is there inside you which is stopping you to give up this kind of struggle, which is stopping you that no, I should not. Okay, which is stopping you, right? So, and what happened after that when there something is stopping you inside that no, you should not stop here, you go on. Okay, so your companion keeps up with you just another 50 feet. So, and your companion is helping you. He is also climbing. He has also covered another 50 feet or 100 maybe. And you ask yourself, is there no end? And then you, when you feel 50 feet ho gaye, 100 feet ho gaye, you feel the journey is never ending. Ye khatam hi nahi hogi kabhi, right? So at that moment you feel, is there any end? You look at your companion and he looks at you. So when you look at your companion, he is also looking at you. It means both have the same kind of feelings. Okay, you draw inspiration from each other. At that moment, when you look at each other, you feel inspired from each other. Yes, we can. Let us go further. Okay, and then without first being aware of it, you are at the summit. And then before you come aware of this fact that we are lost, you reach the summit. Okay, so now this paragraph, what it describes that what kind of feelings a person has. Or HPS Ahluwalia, he is describing how difficult it is to climb a mountain. So who will explain it, what we have read in this paragraph? Who will explain? You can explain? No? Okay, yes, you. Who will? Somil, yes, good. Inspired by his companion who are also thought that this journey is never ending. Very good. The journey is never ending. Yes, where he draws inspiration from his companion, right? Very good. He snap out of his mood. Okay, he also wonders why he has undertaken this task, why he has started this journey, and finally they reach to the top of the mountain. So now got clear to all? Now clear to you also. Next boy, what's your name? Name? Anik. Now clear, Anik? Okay, right, fine. So next, looking round from the summit, You tell yourself that it was worthwhile. And when you reach the summit and you look around, finally you come to know, yes, this is worthwhile. What I have done, it really holds a meaning. It is really very important. Okay. Other silvery peaks appear through the clouds. So this is the scene depicted here. When one reaches at the top of the mountain, how the universe or how this complete, what kind of scene is there? He says other silvery peaks. Why silvery peaks? Comparison is there, covered with snow, because they were covered with snow. Other silvery peaks appear through the clouds. If you are lucky, the sun may be on them. Yes. All the other peaks, they are covered with or snow covered all the peaks. They are covered with clouds. Clouds are touching them. And he said, if it is your luck, maybe the sun will be shining, and in that shining of the in that light of the sun, the peaks will be shining. The peaks will be shining. The surrounding peaks look like a jeweled necklace around the neck of your summit. And it seems that your summit or your mountain, it is wearing a necklace of all the peaks. How beautiful description it is. Below you see vast valleys sloping into the distance. And when you look down, you see number of valleys. They were moving out. Okay, right? They were moving out, going down. And it is an ennobling, enriching experience. What is the meaning of ennobling? Having huge impact, effect, large effect, interesting effect, okay, impressive effect. Having ennobling, enriching experience to just look down from the summit of a mountain. And it is really a very rich experience when you look from the top of the mountain down to the valleys and down to the other peaks. You bow down. Bow down means bend down with respect. You bow down and make your obeisance to whichever god you worship. Obeisance means to pay respect. Okay, show your obedience and pay your respect. When you go to Gurudwara or to Mandir, आप मत्था टेकते हो ना, why you bend down to pay your obeisance. मत्था टेकते हो को भी क्या कहते हैं? To pay your obeisance. Okay, to pay your obeisance that you are following this god, whichever god you are following, you pay your obeisance at that moment. So see what kind of scene is depicted here. Got what kind of scene? When one reaches at the top of the mountain, it is enriching experience. All the peaks, they seem like jewels, or it seems like jewels, or they formulate a necklace which is worn by your summit. Okay, and all the silver colored peaks, snow covered peaks, they are touched by clouds, and one feels really worthwhile while standing at the top of the mountain. And it is of course an ennobling, enriching experience for a person to see the valleys go down, and one can see, okay, he pays his respect to the god when he reaches the summit. Okay, so next, I left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. Rawat left a picture of goddess Durga. Fu Dorji left a relic. Relic means idol, small. Okay, small image of the Buddha. And Edmund Hillary had buried a cross under a cairn. What is cairn? It is heap of rocks and stones in the snow. These are not symbols of conquest, but of reverence. Reverence means respect, but of respect. So what he is saying, he said that when I reached at the Mount Everest, what he has left? A picture of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He has explained Fu Dorji, what he has put there. Relic of Buddha. Edmund Hillary, he has buried a cross, and Rawat, he has left a picture of goddess Durga. It means it doesn't matter whichever picture. It means to pay their respect towards God. Thank God that we have climbed this and we have achieved our target. So why they have kept all these things? This was actually a symbol of their respect. What actually it is? It is a symbol of their respect. Right. So the experience of having climbed to the summit changes you completely. So when you reach to the top of the mountain, it completely changes you. Okay, it completely changes you inside. Okay, There is another summit. It is within yourself. This is very important. The significance of the chapter, the summit within, means this was external summit which was climbed, but inside us also, inside our mind, inside our heart, there is another summit which we have set up. वो जो goal हम set up कर लेते हैं, target set up कर लेते हैं, this is the summit within. And what kind of feeling when that is achieved? Great feeling. And it is in your own mind. And where is this summit? In your mind. So what is the meaning of summit within? It means the summit within your mind. That is the goal or the target that you have set up. Okay. Each man carries within himself his own mountain peak. Every man has a set of you can say summits. Okay. Every man has a summit inside his mind who he has set for himself. Different kind of mountain peaks, right? So mountain peaks यहाँ पे किसको symbolize करती हैं? Targets, goals. Okay. Right? It can be also wishes. Okay. Wish भी तो एक target ही होता है ना? Okay. And for which you work in order to achieve that. Okay. So he must climb it to reach to a fuller knowledge of himself. So person tries in each and every way to complete his knowledge, to reach to the top. Okay. He always tries to go there to reach to the top. It cannot be climbed by anyone else. No one will climb it. The summit which is within you. Can anybody climb it? No. It is only you who has to do it. Sometimes you also feel broken. Oh no, I have worked hard, but I didn't get the results. But no, then get inspiration from the others. Keep going. And ultimately, if you are keep going, you will definitely get there. Okay. So this chapter is delivering us the value or delivering us the moral lesson of being determined. That one should be determined enough to complete the journey of success. So you yourself have to do it. The physical act of climbing to the summit of a mountain outside is akin. Akin means is comparable. Okay, is akin to the act of climbing of mountain within. So this climb, outside climbing the mountain, it is same as that of the climb that is inside you. Same kind of feelings person has. The person feels broken, the person feels shattered, the person feels, no, I should give up. Now it's end. But what you have to do, keep on going, draws inspiration. Others are also doing it. And finally, you will reach the summit. Okay, so as we are getting short of time, right? So the next part we will complete tomorrow along with the discussion of the question answers, right? So now by the time you can ask me your doubts if you are having. Akin means same as. Okay. Wait a minute. Read this chapter. This is your homework. And write a letter to editor, which I have discussed with you on that day. You have written that? Okay. Then those who have done, they can read this chapter. Yes? No hard copies. Here. This I have already made clear. And you have started making index? Very good. Make index, that is very much important. Do the numbering of the pages in your notebooks also and write accordingly, right? So that's all for today.